50 words per minute, lower grade. Now write down. Sir, I have great pleasure in placing before this house this resolution relating to education. The most important problem today is education. The problem of education is an ever-present one. You will note that the progress of a nation depends on the type of education that its citizens receive from time to time. Therefore, we should give special attention to education. A sound system of national education is very necessary for the progress of the country. It has an intimate bearing on the general objectives of the 5-year plan. Under the circumstances, education planning deserves first priority in a scheme of social service. For this purpose, I would suggest that the government should set up a committee for drawing up an objective plan for the education of the entire state. I strongly believe that the system of education in our country should be reorganized in such a way that every stage of education should be useful to the students. The entire economy of the country and the future progress of this nation depends upon the sound educational system that the country will evolve. Today, the system of education is dominated by several examinations. The most important thing is to make the boy really educated to become a good citizen of the state and lead a disciplined life in the society. The whole idea of committee recommendation is that a large majority of students who pass out from the examination would not be in a position to take to university education. But in my opinion, it should not be that every student should take to higher education. The secondary stage of education should be made an end in itself. The idea of the secondary education is to give cultural background to the student. It may also give the necessary equipment for the boy or the girl to take up university education. The objective of secondary education is not to send him on to the university. It is going to be the minimum education in this country. In this connection, I would like to make 1 or 2 recommendations for the active consideration of government. If you leave secondary education to the public and take up the responsibility of primary education, that itself would be a credit to the government. Otherwise, the burden on the government would be too heavy. It would not be possible for the state to run secondary schools and try to help the colleges. I would therefore suggest that the government should have definite policy in respect of these different stages of education. At the same time, it should be the primary responsibility of the state government to undertake the running of compulsory primary education. In addition, it must be the duty of the government to see that the children in the age group of 14 to 17 get education at the secondary level. This, in turn, would lead intelligent boys to various professions. It is that type of education the child should receive at the secondary level. If that is done, I am sure the economy of the country will be improved to a considerable extent. There is a great need for education in the country. It is a very good sign indeed. If this need is to be fulfilled properly, then the people should be given right type of education. Dear Madam, thank you for your letter of yesterday. We are sending with this letter a complete list of the dresses we can at present supply for children of the ages you name. You will see that we are able to offer a very satisfactory number of sizes and colors. We regret that pictures of the dresses are not supplied with the list, but we can send you pictures in color of any particular lines in which you are interested. These pictures must, however, be returned with your order, and we cannot send out goods until the picture have been returned. In this way, as their cost is very high. With regard to your question about the time required for delivery of goods, we must point out that as a general rule, delivery is made within 1 week from receiving an order. As for your other question, the answer is that we generally deliver goods to the nearest railway station. In cases where customers lives at a considerable distance from a station, however, we mark the goods for special delivery at the house. There is no additional charge for this, as this company carries the cost. You will understand, of course, that the free service could not be offered to every customer, because if it were, it would be necessary for us to increase our prices. Happily, most of our customers do not require this form of delivery. Yours truly,